so let it rip.
Did you know you've been changing your oil wrong your whole entire life? We have to do a service interval today on our GT3RS and we have to change our oil. But luckily we have the guys over from Liqui Moly that are in town. Guys, introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about Liqui Moly.
Thank you so much, Ty. What's up, everybody? My name is Oliver and I'm the business development manager of Liqui Moly USA. Who is Liqui Moly? Liqui Moly is Germany's most popular motor oil company, and we're absolutely excited to engage with car enthusiast companies like you. And thanks you so much for hosting us here and for welcoming us here, and we'll have some nice projects.
Me, it's Stefan, and I'm proud to work for Liqui Moly in the R&D since more than 14 years now. I am the facilitator of the technical team North America, and today I'm happy to work with you on this little toy here.
We're super excited to have the team from Liqui Moly here. Me and Casey have been thrilled to be working with Liqui Moly. We first met Sebastian 2 years ago, and now we've been working closely with Liqui Moly ever since. But today we have our GT3RS right behind us. We need to change the oil on our GT3RS. But Stefan, you're the man. So where are we first going to start with all of this product right here?
Yes.
Where do we first start?
So it's always recommended to first make sure there is no deposits, no dirt, no carbon deposits, no sludge in your engine. Okay. Because you told me the car is a 2019?
Yes, it's a 2019.
So low mileage still, but we have no idea what the previous owner did with it. Okay. So I suggest before we pour in high quality oil with the needed spec, we first clean the engine internal, the oil circle. So therefore, we have a product called Engine Flush. Pretty easy to use, and it makes sure that when you then drain the used oil, there is no deposits left in the oil cycle, so the oil can perform with 100% performance from beginning on. So that's step number one.
Perfect. Well, Casey, it looks like you have got a lot to do. So give me the camera, and then it's your turn. Let's get it.
Hey, stop.
Why?
Did you read your application information on the can? You didn't, huh?
No. Who does that?
So, hack number one, always change your oil when the oil is already at operating temperature, because only on a warm oil all the deposits are in a solution. So this one needs to be added to the used oil when it is already operating temperature. And I don't feel a heat in there. So first we gotta start it. Warm it up.
Let's start it up, Casey.
Man, I've been doing this wrong my whole life.
I've been changing it when it was cold too.
Shoot.
So Ollie, Stefan, how do we know what oil to use on like a specific car? Casey, what? We were in the middle of talking.
Oh, well, I gotta warm it up to change oil.
Well,
I don't want to get yelled at again.
Just give us 1 second, please. Okay. Guys, sorry about that.
We can understand. I would play too with this car.
My heart rate is now at 200. No, Oli, actually, good question. There are so many different oils on the market, and every oil has like a spare part number. It has to match the engine. So that's why I highly recommend use Liqui Moly's website. There is an oil finder on it, which makes it pretty easy. You just type in your make, model, year, and it shows you all suitable fluids for your car you have. So beside the motor oil, it also shows you transmission fluid, axle fluid, power steering fluid, whatever. Any lubricant the car needs, the oil guide shows you. So you can't do wrong by just following the oil guide. It's based on OE specs, and that's the very safe and easy way to find the right oil for your car.
Perfect.
So you don't go to Walmart and just buy whatever you want?
No, God!
Now with Liqui Moly. Shoot. We're not doing that. We're not doing that anymore.
Not even Costco?
No, God, please, no! No!
No, that is the worst.
That does not get old, but we're gonna let this warm up for about 5 to 10 minutes.
One eternity later.
So we're gonna do the engine flush. Stefan verified that the car was fully warmed up since I goofed on that beginning.
Approved.
So how much of this stuff do you actually use?
So this little can is 500 milliliters. It's used with 3 to 5 liters of motor oil.
Okay, so this takes 7, correct?
7 and a little bit, yes.
So we would need 2
bottles,
right?
I'll save you.
Oh, we got 2.
Thank you, Ollie.
Yes. So now that we're adding this much fluid in there,
Yes.
won't it be overfilled?
Yeah, won't that overflow the oil?
It may be overflow the oil, but we run the engine only on idle, so with low oil pressure. So in that case, a little overfill doesn't hurt because we run on idle only.
Okay.
Good to know. I'm sure
Perfect.
that's a frequently asked question, right?
It is actually, it is, so that's why it's good you mentioned that. Yes, thank you.
Perfect. Let's add
Let's
it in.
add it in. Bottoms up. Now that we added all that, what do we do now?
Take the funnel out of the engine.
Screwing
How
up.
simple is
His
that?
favorite part for some reason, right?
Close the oil cap. Make sure it's tight. And start your engine and let it run on idle only. It's very important. Do not put load on it. Don't go for a run. Just idle for 10 to 15 minutes because this car is still low mileage. I would say 10 minutes are enough.
Hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes.
And we are all good.
Seems like that was like an hour.
Casey!
What did I do now?
Don't worry. Everything is good.
Hack number 2, when you open the train plug underneath the car, make sure the oil cap is always open. Have you heard that? Pressure release.
Ty, I told you
that
to
makes-
undo that, right?
Sorry, Dad.
Just make sure most of the oil runs out underneath the car, so keep the oil cap open before you open the train plug.
There we go. Hack
Forget
number
that. Ty.
2. Sorry. There you go.
Casey,
Say no.
Uh-oh.
be careful, this is hot now, so make sure you don't burn yourself when you change your oil. No, this is now at 205 Fahrenheit. So it's 100
pretty
degrees
hot.
Celsius, pretty hot. So be careful. Use gloves if needed. Make sure you don't get it in your eyes. It's just follow the safety rules.
I'm a man.
Like water. So what engine flush is doing, so beside liquefying deposit, it also adds a thinner to the used oil. So that guarantees that as much as possible of the used oil really runs out because it's that thin now. And that's also the reason why you should run the engine only on idle and not put load on it, because we thin the oil.
Oh, okay.
So don't go driving around with that stuff in your car.
Heck no. While we're letting this drain, should we like grab like a cup of coffee? What should we do?
Well, important thing is that you really let it train pretty good. I usually open the train plug and go and have coffee.
We don't have coffee.
Don't.
We got tacos.
The main oil tank.
Casey, I leave for literally 3 seconds to go get the tacos.
Oliver spill his coffee.
That's not true.
Did you get oil all on your head?
I gotta go. I'm a man.
The guy's not gonna be happy with this one.
Yeah, cut this part out.
Casey. We got 2 of the drain plugs now,
Yes.
all said and done. What's
Yes.
next that most people tend to mess up?
Yeah, so important is what Casey is doing now is get a new O-ring for the plug, a wrench with and to get the right torque on it to close it. Don't over tighten.
Okay, Casey, there's got to be a better way. Casey.
What? That's you.
Well, that's real life. This is how mechanics work.
Oh.
Yes.
So you're doing it right.
Yeah, Ty, get off my back. Bada bing, bada boom.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
There you go.
Where'd you learn that from? Oh.
Sometimes you gotta be creative.
The smart guy over here. You know?
All this for an oil filter.
This is the official Porsche oil filter wrench.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me about that.
Yeah, we
Okay.
just picked this up.
Okay,
so.
perfect. Show us how to use it.
Okay, you just shove it up in there.
Okay.
We'll grabby grab. Sponsored by Husky. Just don't get that.
This is turning into probably the messiest oil change we've ever done.
Yeah, that is true.
Okay, so you had a really good point actually. Since the oil filter sits horizontally,
Yeah.
what did you
so
say?
I asked him if it goes in this way, do you want to pre-fill it even with the dry sump or anything like that? He said, that's a good idea.
It's a good idea. It's at least not harmful. So pre-fill a little bit.
Perfect. We did one thing right today. Yes.
How full? should be fine to assemble it.
Good. There we go. Good job, Casey.
Stephanie, what do we have to do in order to get this thing ready to go,
Yeah.
to put the oil in?
The thing is, you have to measure the oil level when the car is on the ground. That's a special car here. It needs the ramps. So what Casey's doing, we just roll back the car without starting the engine, just to make sure it's on the flat surface.
Okay, perfect. Let's do it.
We have the correct oil for our GT3RS, but these are two technically different oils. Same viscosity, same weight, but Stefan, what is the difference between these two oils right here?
There are completely different formulations with different ingredients.
Okay.
So we mentioned already, use the oil guide ideally to find the right oil. So oil has a spare part number. So if you take a look on the fine prints about specifications and approvals, you will see in this case, for example, it says Porsche A40.
Okay.
So that's a Porsche motor oil specification. On this one, you will see Porsche C40, which is another Porsche motor oil specification.
Okay.
Now, since this engine is already a modern GDI engine, gasoline direct injection engine, the needed spec is C40. So this is not the right oil for this one. You're gonna use this one.
All right, you heard the man. We're using this one.
Casey, didn't we say that we want to have the best of the best of the best for this car?
Yeah, what'd I screw up again?
We want to add Ceratic into it to further increase engine efficiency and wear protection.
Oh.
If we now fill in the oil to the correct level, there is no more space left for Ceratic.
Would have goofed that up.
So I suggest.
So this
Yeah.
before this.
I suggest, because we know how much oil, how much is the total oil volume, so we know how much Ceratic is needed. So I would suggest first put in the right amount of Ceratic and then top up with oil until we reach the ideal level to not overfill the engine.
But with Ceratec,
Yes.
how often do you want to use that? Do you want to use that every oil change? Do you want to use that every other 5 times? How often do you want to use Ceratec?
So ideally, you use it with every time you change the oil.
Okay.
So Ceratec is a combination of 2 active agents. It contains a chemical that is a surface active agent that hardens your metal surface under heat and pressure. That chemical lasts pretty long. That lasts after 50,000 kilometers, which is around 30,000 miles. Okay. So the second compound inside is ceramic, which is kind of a release agent to further reduce wear and friction. So when you change your oil after 10,000 miles, you drain the solid. So that's why ideally use Ceratec with every oil change.
Perfect. So with the Ceratec, how many do you use per oil? Like, do you use just 1 per oil change, or do you use 2, depending on like the levels of how much quarts it
Yes,
takes?
it depends on the total oil volume. So 1 bottle of Ceratec is used with 3 to 5 liters of motor oil. So in this case, we have a trisum. We talk about 10 liters in total. So we're gonna use 2 full cans.
2?
You read the instructions.
The instructions.
That means this many.
All right, that's enough.
Whoa. Looks like Ty's protein shake.
Looks like an orange dreamsicle.
Shaken, not stirred.
Shooketh.
That's like James Bond.
Casey, you gotta shake it.
No. So we know this engine takes a total of 10 liters. Service fill is about 7 liters. Tri-fill is 7. These informations are also in our online oil guide. So we can easily put in 5 liters and then another maybe 2 liters, and then we check the oil state.
Okay, get the rags out.
2, 1. Happy New Year.
So we need one more quart.
Casey, did you know that the ideal oil level is between the min and the maximum mark on the oil on the dipstick? That's the ideal level.
I definitely
Hack number
didn't know
3?
that.
Like number 3?
Everyone always just fills it to the top.
Yeah.
Right?
So
I do.
that's what I've been told. Go exactly in the middle is the ideal oil level.
Interesting. So. Yeah, you know, don't fill it to the top.
Leave a comment if that's not true.
Yeah.
That's very true. If you've heard differently, leave a comment right below.
Your brother's cousin's dad's son's attack.
All right, Casey. So we topped it off with the correct levels.
Yeah, we
Added an
didn't
extra
go.
quart.
We didn't go to the full mark. We're not at minimum. We're
Right
right in the
in the
middle,
middle.
right? So
Yes. So we're all done now.
Hack number 4.
What's hack number 4?
Casey,
yes,
you know what's coming?
I think I do.
Let me know. Let us know.
So they were talking about the sticker earlier.
Yes,
you can ride on
that's
there,
right.
peel it off. But I'm consulting a professional because my penmanship is terrible. So we're gonna have
Ollie,
Oliver here
let's go.
write in our mileage and the date. So on the GT3RS, it's 6,000 miles or 1 year, whatever one comes first
Perfect.
to change the oil in this.
So we're about 11.9 right now on the GT3RS, so 18,000 miles or May 2025.
And this thing ends June 2nd, so next person gets it, they're set.
Fresh oil change, they're perfect.
Recommended oil that you put in these.
That's perfect.
Boom.
All right, Stefan, what a day. We did a full oil change on the GT3RS. Give us a rundown of what we did from start to finish.
So it was a 3-step treatment. We first cleaned the engine by using the engine flush, make sure the fresh oil comes in a clean environment. So we've been choosing the correct oil with the needed spec for that engine. Casey did a great job in doing the drain and the filter the right level.
Are you sure?
And we were using Ceratec to further increase engine efficiency and to further friction reduction. So the engine is now protected. Even you push it hard, and that's what it's made. That's the toy is made for.
But I noticed that we have 2 more products right here.
Yeah.
Can you explain a little bit of what those 2 products are and what we may need to use them for?
Yeah, so we completely serviced the engine, that's all we could do. But what about your fuel system? I mean, the fuel quality varies depending on where in the country or where you buy it. So, and it's just a matter of fact that with the time there are some deposits getting built up in your fuel system. So we have our ProLine gas line system cleaner, which we recommend to use once a year. So ideally we're gonna do it now because now the car is in for service. So this one treats from 30 to 70 liters, which is from 7 to 18 gallons of fuel. You just open the bottle and pour into your fuel tank. Do this once a year. Our de-ejectron, this is what we use every around 2,400 miles to keep clean and maintain your fuel system. We mentioned already this is a modern GDI engine, so this is a specialty. De-ejecton is a specialty for GDI engine to keep clean and maintain these very sensitive injectors. So this is in between every around 2,400 miles, and the ProLine gas system cleaner is once a year.
What
Porsche is ready to rock and roll.
That's what I'm saying. This ends next month, literally next month, 30 days. And it's all
really
ready to go
have
for the
to?
next owner. I cannot
That came
believe,
too
I feel
quick.
like we were just picking this up in California.
I know, we're just ripping around in the Porsche, the Maserati, enjoying the sun.
Guys, what a day with Liqui Moly. We're so thankful for Stefan and Ollie that they're able to come to our shop and help us with our GT3RS oil change. But for those of you who stayed to the end of this video, we have a huge surprise that we're doing with Liqui Moly, but I'm gonna let Ollie further explain that.
Ty, thank you very much for having us here.
Thank you so
much. It was such a pleasure, and we had so much fun. And also, dear future winner, as Ty already mentioned, we have a big surprise for you coming up. You don't only win this car and a cash prize and all the emotions around it, you also can rest assured because you will win a Liqui Moly service oil care package for the first year after winning the car. And you can rest assured that you will meet the right specifications of the oil and the right approvals and have the perfect treatment for the car. So I think this is a good deal. Yes. So now buy your entry ticket.
Let's go, baby. That is absolutely huge. No more having to worry about how much it's gonna cost to get the oil for your car or anything like that. So from DCG72 on, Liqui Moly is gonna have you covered for the first year. We're so thankful for Sebastian, Stefan, Ali for taking care of us here at 8080. We'll catch you guys on the next video.